Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. My name is Audra and I post a video every Tuesday and Friday on beauty and fashion and lifestyle. I would love to have you join us, so if you do enjoy this video, definitely like it and subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. And in today's video, I just want to do a little bit of a makeup look, and I was thinking a graphic liner. I love doing different graphic eyeliners because I usually don't like a lot on my eyes in general, so I feel like a graphic liner is a good way to spice it up and do something really cool in the eyes without having a lot of makeup on the eyes. So this should be relatively simple and easy to replicate if you do like the end result. So let's get into it. Of course, we're going to start with some SPF. This is the Super Goop Glow Screen. I use this almost every day. I usually switch between this one and the Kinship SPF. But I would say this one's just a little bit more glowy. So that's why I chose this one today. And then I'm going to prime with the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. So I also got the Putty Blush, and then one of my friends on here that watches my videos recommended that I get the Putty brush for the blush. She thought it would maybe work a little better if I used the specific brush that came with it, because I wasn't blown away or anything by the blush. So I went to Target looking for it, and I saw this one, and it's just called the Putty Primer Applicator. It's only when I saw that said putty on it, so I was like, oh, this must be it. So I grabbed this, but I did look up and there is a separate brush just for the blushes and bronzers as well, so I will definitely pick that up. But I think I have to get it online, or maybe look at a different Target or Walmart or maybe Ulta. But I'm still kind of happy that I got the one for the primer, so I might as well try that. I think I'm just gonna dip it in. Oh yeah, it gets coated. And then I'm gonna buff it. It feels like a, buffing brush. So it definitely gave the skin a little bit of luminosity. Obviously the glow screen did a little bit as well, but I don't feel like it filled in my pores as much as it does when I use my fingers. So I'm going to grab a little bit on my fingers and just push it into where I have larger pores, which is my nose, and then this kind of triangle here. I just feel with this kind of consistency, the warmth of your fingers help, and then the pressure from your fingers also helps to push it into the skin a little bit more. It's nice and quick to do it with the brush, but I just feel it doesn't seem to fill the pores as much. Okay, I feel that looks a little bit better around my nose. I think I'm going to use the Kosas foundation today and apply it with my Rare Beauty foundation brush. When I first got this, I used it every single day, and then I kind of got into my beauty blender phase, I feel like. And I've kind of just been using sponges ever since. I just washed all my brushes not too long ago. So this is nice and clean, so I figured I might as well use it again. Okay, really pretty. I got some nice glow going. I think I'm going to contour a little bit with the Fenty Beauty Match Sticks. This is in Mocha. I think I might just take that same foundation brush and use it to blend this out. It's just so dense, and the shape of it I feel is so perfect for contouring. And I literally never contour my nose. I usually just put the excess of product just on top to make it a little bit darker. I feel it's a combination of laziness and not caring enough to do it. And just the fact that I feel like my nose isn't like an easy shape to contour. I feel like it's like a little bit different. I have like a bigger bump here, and then kind of like this round area that kind of like protrudes a little bit more. I mean, I'm totally fine with my nose, but I just feel like it's not the right. I just feel like it always looked goofy when I did it, but I think I'm just gonna take a little and put it right there just to like deepen this up a little bit. And then a little bit in the brow bone, again, just to make like a little bit of a shadow and deepen it up. I'm just gonna take this little brush, I believe it is like a concealer brush, but just a little bit more dense. So I'm gonna use that to blend it out. And I'm kind of like pulling it out to kind of contour here as well. I already put some contour here because I've been liking how that looks. So I'm just kind of continuing it like that. Not bad. I guess it did give my nose a little bit more of a skinnier look, but I more just like the deepness here and then in my crease. I'm thinking of doing more like a red lip, so I'm gonna go with something a little bit more on the red tone for blush. This one is the Ilia Multi-Stick in Dreamer, and it's just a little bit more red than like pink. I'm kind of doing like a V here, so I'm pulling up the leftover product up onto the side of my nose to kind of create that little bit more like sun-kissed or sunburnt look that I know is like super popular right now. Also just put the excess on my chin, forehead. I look nice and sun-kissed. I don't feel like we need much concealer at all, but I'm just gonna put a little bit here to help brighten like my inner corner and my like pretty visible dark circles here. I feel like doing concealer after your like contour and blush help to kind of like clean it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more seamless. I feel like it helps just like make everything look together and like diffused. It kind of blends like the contour and blush in with everything versus just like on top of everything. I love like taking my time on my base makeup because that's like what my passion is in. Like I love foundations, bronzers, blushes, concealers, like stuff like that. I much more like to play with that and focus on like how my skin looks versus like eye makeup and stuff. So it's kind of nice to like sit back and just relax and just like enjoy the process of making your skin look really good, I feel like. I'm gonna use the like most perfect little setting brush from Real Techniques and use the Laura Mercier powder. Still kind of just trying to like use up this powder because the container is so big. And I don't use a ton of powder at one time, so it takes me like so long to get through it. I'm just using that under their eyes because it's a little bit more of like a heavy duty powder. So I'm gonna really set it in my under eyes. And then where I get oily, which is like right in between my brows and my chin. And then right around my nose. And then for the rest of the face, I'm going to use a powder in the Hourglass palette because they're so nice and like shiny. And I don't want to get rid of any of this glow or anything. So I didn't want to powder the rest of my face with the Laura Mercier powder. So I'm going to use one of these. I think I'm going to do Diffused Light. These two are the like finishing powders. And so I'm going to take the lighter one in the middle. I just feel like it will help. It's more like my skin tone. This one's like very pinky, I feel like. So I don't want to like change the tone or anything of my skin. I'm just gonna literally like pat this around just a little bit. I feel like all hourglass powders just make your skin look absolutely beautiful. I saw they just came out with a new, I think, foundation. So I'm really excited to try that. I'm sure it's beautiful. Let's do brows real quick before we get onto our graphic liner. Just gonna use the Brow Wiz and just go in the direction of like the hair growth and just fill in pretty much the ends is where I feel like I need it the most. But really not adding a ton of color. Just a little bit of fill in. So I just like lengthen them a bit is pretty much all I did. And then for fullness, I'm going to take the Glossier Boy Brow. I have this in brown. And this will just give that like color and thickness on the rest of my brow. I feel like it matches really well with my Brow Wiz. I have that in chocolate. I don't know if I said that. I feel like the tones are very similar, so I can just kind of fill in like the ends with the pencil and then use the gel to just kind of like place the rest and make it look thicker and a little bit darker. Okay, for the liner, I think I want to do kind of just like a double winged liner. So start with a regular wing and then add a little wing on top is what I'm thinking. And I'm going to use the tattoo liner from KVD. I feel like it's just like the most foolproof liner, and it's a pen, so it's just like super easy to use, especially if you have like trouble with liner at all. How I get mine as even as possible, my wings, is I draw a little bit of a dot where I want the end to go. So I'm just kind of like connecting the dots almost, and I place those first. So I want my wing to come straight out. I feel like that's the most flattering on my like eye shape, is to be pretty much straight out from the bottom lash line. So I'm just gonna do a dot like straight out and then try to match that on the other side, because it's obviously easier to move the dot than to do your whole liner and realize they're very uneven. Okay, so I have my dots, and then I'm just gonna go straight out from the bottom lash line and just hit that dot. I think this one's drying out a little bit more, and then I just take it and pull it in and then fill in inside, and then I start going in from there and just filling in the rest of the line. So I have one done, and like I said, I think my tattoo liner is drying up a little bit, so I'm going to take the Glossier Pro Tip. I feel like it's even like skinnier of a little tip than that is, and just make the end more pointed. Okay, I thought they were like getting a little bit too long. So you saw me just take some concealer and just like clean up and just like shorten them a little bit, and that also helped to make them like really nice and sharp as well. Okay, now for the second wing. I have no idea if this is gonna look good, but I'm gonna try to do a little bit of a wing on top of this wing then. Does that look cool? This works so well for like little details. Okay, I think I like that. Kind of badass. I don't know how I'm gonna do the other side. Okay, I think I did it. Kind of like it. This is actually really amazing, the Glossier Pro Tip. It's like so precise, so it makes it super easy to do those teeny little wings and make them really nice and sharp. I'm just gonna curl the lashes quick. I'm not a huge like false lash wearer, so I'm not going to put any on, but it would be really pretty to do like a little bit of a cat eye, like maybe like a half lash or something at the end to kind of add to this like thickness here. But I'm just going to take the Lash Paradise mascara. I feel like this mascara is very like volumizing and thickening, so makes my lashes appear to be nice and thick, just like falsies. That mascara, like the more you put on, the thicker and like thicker it gets, but maybe not like in the best way. Like it makes your lashes really clumpy if you put too many layers on. I'm just taking a clean spoolie and just going through and separating the lashes a little bit more. I think I'm just gonna take the Glossier Lash Slick. It puts the lightest coat on, plus I think this is like almost out, like it's so super dry. But just to add a little bit on the bottom lashes. I don't want them completely blank, but I don't want them to be like dramatic at all. I like the eye being more like top heavy. I feel like we need a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to take the Lorac in Celestial. More of a gold. I feel like it'll be pretty with the wing. And I'm going to do a red lip as well. I'm just going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner. Just line my lips a little bit. Just to kind of create that border. And then I'm going to use the MAC lipstick. It's the Powder Kiss lipsticks. I love these. They're like such a pretty, soft, like satin finish. And this is in Healthy, Wealthy, and Thriving. I actually got this at TJ Maxx. I thought the packaging was really cute. I thought it was like the perfect deep red. Like so luxurious looking. These like smell good too, I feel like. I also love a red lip and a black shirt. It's definitely like a little bit more neon-y than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a deeper red. It's more like a bright red. It actually reminds me so much of the Glossier Ultra Lip in Fete, F-E-T-E. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like a very like, that's pretty much exactly the same. More of like a bright red. Pretty much is the exact same color. Okay, I'm gonna do a spray of the Fix Plus. Okay, that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely let me know what you think of the look down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video on your way out and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next week for another new video. Bye!